Mindy, are you okay? What's going on? Are you in the hospital?
I'm so glad you got my voicemail. I've got a very high fever, about 102 now. I rushed to ER, and they said I needed to be admitted.
A very high fever?
I had my blood test done too. I am coughing a lot, and I might have pneumonia.
Pneumonia sounds bad. So they don't know when you'll be discharged?
I can only say for sure once my numbers get better. I need to ask you to look after the house. Kyle is on an extended business trip. I've contacted him, but I know it'll be hard for him to return.
Am I alone for a while? That's impossible.
You are a high school student. You can take care of yourself. I left some money in the living room just in case. Can you buy some food and care for the house for a while?
No. I can't do that. I don't like eating out or doing takeouts. I don't want to gain weight. I need you to cook low in fat and excellent balanced meals.
Well, I'm in the hospital.
All you have to do is to come home. Hospitalized for a high fever is too much. So come home now.
What? I have pneumonia.
It's okay. Pneumonia is old people's disease. There's no way you could get that.
Pneumonia sometimes happens to young people too. I have a terrible cough, and I don't want to worsen it. Do you really want me to leave the hospital?
You were on the phone sending me messages. If you can text me, you're fine.
What?
My average temperature is 99. 102 is only 3 degrees higher than my average.
My normal temperature is 97.5.
Anyways, just get out of the hospital. There's so much to do. Not only food, but also cleaning and laundry. It's all your job as a housewife. Don't skip work just because of a fever.
I'm really sick.
No way. Are you going to die from a bit of fever? A mother should take care of her daughter even when she is sick.
What?
I can't believe you can't watch your health. You are in charge of taking care of me. You get a 0 point this week even if you leave the hospital now.
Hey, Riley, what's up with that point thing?
Of course, it's a score for your motherhood. My dad asked me to do this.
What?
He asked me to do it before he went on this trip. He asked me to tell him every week how life with you was going. So I report to him your points weekly.
Wait a minute. That's new to me. Have you been doing that all this time?
Well, I can understand why my dad is worried. You're my stepmother after all. He wants to know if you're in trouble with me.
I understand that feeling, but I can't believe you were doing this.
I never thought you would score 0. You are disqualified as a mother. He may ask for a divorce if he sees this rating.
I beg your pardon?
If only I had a birth mother, then I bet she would never be admitted, even with a fever. I bet she would take care of me 100% of her time. But I have a fake mother, and she would skip taking care of me and go to the hospital.
Don't be so mean, Riley. I'm not here to be lazy. I'm sick enough that the doctors recommend it.
I'm asking you to come home. Is my word worth less than a doctor's? That's exactly the kind of statement that makes you a mother with 0 value.
Whoa.
I'm so pathetic for not being loved. I'll be depressed if I don't do something. I wonder if my life is worth living if even my stepmother doesn't love me.
Riley.
You are in charge of me. You'd better do your part. If you want to be my mother, leave the hospital and make me dinner. Otherwise, I'll really send a 0 rating to Daddy.
Mindy, are you feeling okay? I heard from the hospital just now. Don't worry about the house. Just get some rest first.
Are you sure? Riley will be home alone.
I'm sure she'll be fine. Riley is a high school student. She can take care of herself.
But I'm an unfit mother for letting her do that, right? You'll divorce me because I'm a mother with 0 points.
What?
I can't even take care of myself and I'm hospitalized. You and Riley don't need someone like this.
Wait a minute. What on earth are you talking about? What do you mean by 0 points and divorce?
Riley told me everything. You're making her evaluate me. You're making sure I'm doing an excellent job as a mother. I can't believe you've been secretly keeping score and monitoring me. I'm upset about this.
What? Wait, you misunderstand, Mindy. I didn't ask Riley to do that. Please understand me.
How is this a misunderstanding? Riley said she sends you a weekly evaluation, and she said you asked her to do it. You asked Riley to do that while you were there.
It's all misunderstanding. I never asked her to do that. Riley just sent me the scores on her own.
What?
I asked her to send me updates on her daily life. She is a teenager. She would only call me if I asked her. I just asked her to let me know how things are going over there once a week. I didn't ask her to keep a close eye on you.
So you're saying Riley misunderstood?
I thought she was joking. I thought she was playing at being a judge or something. I can't believe Riley took it that way.
Are you not divorcing me if I'm hospitalized and given 0 points?
Of course not. Riley has been tough on you. You were doing great, you know? I always told her that I thought you were doing great. A perfect score of 100.
Thank you, Kyle.
I'm sorry for making you feel uneasy because of Riley. You've been feeling even worse than usual.
Yeah, you're right. I was torn between divorce and hospital.
I hope you can get some rest at the hospital. I'll tell Riley. If you want, I can go home tomorrow.
Are you sure?
I'll talk it over with Riley while you're in the hospital. I'll ensure you won't have to worry about anything after you leave the hospital. Please focus on your treatment.
Hey, Mindy. It's already nighttime. I'm starving. When the hell are you coming home?
I won't be back for a while. I've decided to stay in the hospital.
Huh?
You'll have to take care of your meals.
Do you really think you can do that? If you don't come home, I will send Dad a 0 rating.
Go ahead. I'm staying here.
You're such a useless mother to leave your daughter by herself. I don't need you. I'll ask my dad to divorce you. If you're going to stay in the hospital, you're never coming back to this house again.
Divorce. I'm here at the hospital because I'm sick.
I'm sure you don't want to get divorced. My dad works for a big company and has money. He's cool, and I wouldn't want to give up if I were you. So, you know what you have to do, right?
Riley.
Get yourself discharged from the hospital. My dad will divorce you if our housekeeper slacks off. Daddy is so sweet to me, and I'm always his first.
You're not my daughter anymore.
Huh?
I never thought you'd say or do something like this repeatedly. I couldn't believe it until I actually saw the exchange. I'm very upset.
Wait. What? Dad? I was sending messages to Mindy.
I'm back from my business trip. I heard my dear wife gotten sick. I could not focus on my work.
That woman is not worth loving, Dad. She left me by myself. How can she skip housework just because of a high fever? Tell her that, Dad.
That's not necessary. I've got an apartment arranged already, so don't worry about the future.
What? A new house? Oh my god, Dad! You've already found your next wife! That's my dad! You knew Mindy was a useless mother long ago.
What are you talking about? You're the only one who will live in the new place.
Huh? Just me?
I'm not divorcing, and there's no way I'm getting another wife. You'll live alone in the apartment I've got for you. You'll do all the cooking, laundry, and cleaning yourself now.
Huh? Wait a minute! Why are you doing this to me?
Your father works for a big company and it's money. He can easily afford an apartment for his daughter to live alone. It's fully furnished. You can move in right away. So get your stuff and move.
Wait a minute! Explain it to me first. Why do I have to live alone?
Because Mindy doesn't need you. She doesn't need an ungrateful daughter. Mindy didn't marry me to become a housekeeper. Just because she's your mother doesn't mean she has to forgive you for anything you say. You need to live alone for a while so you can learn.
No, I don't understand what you mean at all. Mindy doesn't need me? She's my stepmother. It's her job to take care of me. I'm so upset you're saying she doesn't need me.
You said that to Mindy too. You told her to leave because you don't need her. You said to someone else things that upset you.
I mean...
I've seen the whole exchange. How can you act so big when she has taken such good care of you? Thanks to your strict grading, I know how hard she has been working.
Huh?
She keeps the house spotless and cooks 3 balanced meals. And of course, she does all the other work. No mother would be this devoted to her daughter. And yet, what is that attitude of yours?
Why are you being so mean to me? I gave her a score as you told me to do. So why don't you take my side?
I didn't ask you to do that. I wanted to know if you two were getting along. I didn't ask you to check and score everything.
What?
Mindy could be more depressed around you. I don't want her to feel this way. You need to leave now. That's the father's order. Pick up your stuff now.
Hey, why didn't you call me when you got out of the hospital? You should have called me right away. Why didn't you come to clean up? What? There's no way I can live alone all of a sudden. I've never done any cooking, cleaning, or laundry. So help me now. I heard you got out of the hospital.
I'm sorry, Riley. I left the hospital, but your dad told me not to help you.
Huh? Dad said that?
Do your best on your own. You can learn how to cook, clean, and do laundry on YouTube. I'm sure you can do it.
You've got to be kidding me, you old hag. Are you still my mother?
That old hag?
Daddy's gone for another business trip, right? He won't know if you help me a little, right?
Riley, calm down.
If you don't help me, I'll call you an old hag for the rest of my life. I won't treat you like a mother. Is that okay with you? I'll never invite you to my wedding.
That's a big help. I'm glad to hear that, you little brat.
What?
You can call me whatever you want. I'll call you a little brat, so we're even. From now on, let's call each other that.
What?
You're not going to treat me like a mother forever, right? Well, you can do whatever you want. I've never been treated like a proper mother. And I don't want to attend the little brat's wedding. I'm so glad you're not inviting me.
Wait a minute. What are you happy about? You have to ask me not to say these things. You can apologize to me too. Isn't this the part where you desperately beg me?
No. There's no need for me to apologize to the little brat. Go clean your room.
What's with that attitude all of a sudden? You were always nice and gentle. Huh? They drugged you at the hospital. Did the high fever damage your brain?
You don't have a fever, but your brain seems damaged. I wonder if modern medical technology has some cure.
What?
The usual gentle me is gone. Kyle told me to take it easy now. So I'm going to say what I want to say.
Is that why you're calling me a little brat? That's not what a mother says to her child.
You're in high school, and you call me an old hag. A high school kid should be old enough to know better. You need to fix yourself first before you start talking about others.
What? I'm a high school student. I'm still a kid. We're going through puberty and the rebellion stage. We're allowed to talk to our parents like this.
You guys aren't, you little brat. You guys are getting away because your parents are very generous. It's the accumulation of love over the years, but there's no such love between us.
What?
It just makes me angry to hear you rant. Whenever you talk to me like this, I hate you more and more. We can't get along at all.
You're not my biological mother. You're my stepmother after all. We can never get along because you are not my birth mother.
Would you like to hear what your father told me? He said he doesn't know if he loves you anymore. You need to change. He told me that when he left for his business trip.
Ugh, you're kidding me. My dad would never say such a thing.
You need to think about this. Why did he make you live alone? What was he upset about? If you can't realize that now, you will lose your father.
Oh no!
I can't help you directly, but I can at least tell you how to do the housework. You'll have to try harder on your own. That's all I can say. After that, Riley is doing her best to live by herself. One time, she decided to invite her friends over. She thought she could have a party. Her friends show up and said, "What is this place? Do you live in all this garbage?" She was so embarrassed. Since then, her friends do not really talk to her at school either. And that's when she started coming to me. She asks questions about tips on housework from time to time and sends me thank you notes. We still don't have a mother-daughter relationship, but I hope that we can gradually get to know each other.